Cooking had always been Clara's passion, but it had also become her greatest frustration. In the quaint little town of Everwood, the annual cooking competition was the event everyone talked about for months. Recipes were shared, family secrets were passed down, and dreams of culinary fame filled every kitchen. For Clara, though, the event had transformed into a nightmare, because no matter how hard she tried, no matter how innovative her dishes were, she always lost to Susan, her smug neighbor. It wasn't that Susan's cooking was terrible. On the contrary, her dishes were always good, sometimes exceptional. But the way she gloated every year, taking the prize with a practiced humility that barely concealed her pride, made Clara's blood boil. Susan's kitchen always smelled of freshly baked bread, her counters perpetually spotless, and her meals consistently exquisite. Her reputation as the best cook in Everwood only added to the sting. Clara, on the other hand, had tried every recipe under the sun: pasta from scratch, soufflés that nearly broke her spirit, and desserts so intricate they took days to prepare. She had poured her soul into every dish, desperate to finally claim the top prize. But Susan had a knack for taking familiar ingredients and elevating them in ways Clara couldn't anticipate. Clara began to feel like she was running out of steam, always chasing an impossible standard. The competitions weren't just about food. They were about recognition, about being seen. Clara craved the respect and admiration Susan effortlessly commanded. The thought of another year watching Susan bask in glory while she lingered in the shadows, receiving a few polite claps, filled Clara with a dread that churned her stomach. As the upcoming competition loomed, Clara found herself pacing around her kitchen, recipe books spread out in front of her like scattered pieces of a puzzle she couldn't solve. Nothing felt right. Everything she came up with seemed too predictable, too bland. She needed something new, something bold, something unimaginable. One evening, as she was staring blankly at her spice rack, there came the familiar sound of a cat meowing from Susan's yard. The incessant noise drew Clara's attention, and she glanced out the window to see Susan's cat, Whiskers, lounging on the garden wall. Whiskers was a sleek, black and white feline with an air of haughty indifference, much like Susan herself. The cat had a way of staring at Clara with its amber eyes that made her feel judged, as though it too knew that Susan was the better cook. Clara hated that cat. As she watched Whiskers leap gracefully down from the wall and slink into Susan's house, an idea flickered in her mind. It was absurd at first, something she dismissed immediately. But the more she tried to push it away, the more it took root. What if she created something so unique, so utterly different, that it would shock the entire town? Her pulse quickened as the idea sharpened into something more sinister. What if she used Whiskers as the secret ingredient? No one would ever know. It would be her triumph over Susan, a way to ensure that she not only won the competition, but also humiliated her neighbor. After all, wasn't there a certain poetic justice in using Susan's beloved cat to dethrone her? The thought made Clara feel a little queasy, but at the same time, there was a dark thrill in imagining the look on Susan's face when she lost. She shook her head, trying to focus on something else, but the idea refused to leave. As days passed, it grew, gnawing at her like an itch she couldn't scratch. Every time she saw Whiskers lounging in Susan's yard, the cat seemed to mock her, its aloof gaze reminding her of every defeat, every smirk on Susan's face. The night before the competition, Clara made her decision. She would do it. The plan was simple, executed with cold precision. Under the cover of darkness, Clara snuck into Susan's backyard and coaxed Whiskers with a bit of tuna. The cat, oblivious to the danger, purred softly as Clara scooped it up and carried it into her kitchen. There, beneath the dim glow of her kitchen light, Clara did the unthinkable. It was quick, she told herself, feeling a strange detachment as she worked. Efficient. Whiskers didn't suffer. And as she prepped the meat, marinating it in a rich blend of herbs and spices, Clara felt a grim satisfaction settling over her. No one would ever know. By the time morning arrived, her dish was ready, a stunningly presented stew with a savory, rich aroma that filled the kitchen. The secret ingredient had been expertly masked, its flavor transformed into something both familiar and exotic. Clara felt a surge of confidence as she packed her dish into the car and drove to the town hall for the competition. The atmosphere was electric as ever, with tables set up for each contestant, the smell of various dishes mingling in the air. Susan was already there, chatting with a group of admirers, her laughter ringing out like a bell. Clara clenched her jaw, determined not to let the sight of Susan rattle her. The judges made their rounds, tasting each dish with practiced neutrality, their faces revealing little. When they reached Clara's table, she held her breath, watching as they took their first bites. A flicker of surprise crossed their faces, followed by murmurs of approval. "It's so unique," one of the judges said, savoring the stew. "I've never tasted anything quite like it." Clara's heart raced as they moved on to Susan's table. She couldn't help but glance over as Susan presented her own dish, a perfectly cooked roast with rosemary and garlic. It looked delicious, of course, but for the first time, Clara felt confident. Her dish was different. It was special. The judging continued, and after what felt like an eternity, the moment of truth arrived. The mayor stepped up to the microphone, smiling warmly at the crowd. "And the winner of this year's Everwood cooking competition is..." He paused dramatically, scanning the audience. "Clara Bennett." Clara's vision blurred for a moment as the words sank in. She had won. She had finally won. Applause erupted around her, and she felt a dizzying rush of triumph. Susan's expression was unreadable, her usual confident smile faltering as she clapped along with the crowd. Clara stepped up to accept her prize, a shining silver trophy that glinted in the afternoon sun. She smiled, but inside, she was bursting with satisfaction. She had done it. She had beaten Susan. As the crowd began to disperse, Susan approached her, holding a plate with a small portion of Clara's stew. "Congratulations, Clara," she said, her voice unusually subdued. "This really is something. I had to try it for myself." Clara's heart skipped a beat as Susan took a bite, her eyes closing for a moment as she savored the flavors. "It's different," Susan said, her voice thoughtful. "What's your secret?" Clara forced a smile, her mind racing. "Oh, just a special blend of spices." Susan nodded slowly, her brow furrowing as if she was trying to place the unfamiliar taste. Then, suddenly, her eyes snapped open, her face draining of color. Clara's stomach lurched as Susan looked at her, horror dawning in her expression. "Whiskers?" Susan whispered, her voice barely audible. Clara froze, her mouth dry. She had been so careful, so sure no one would ever know. But something in the way Susan was looking at her, something in the way her neighbor's face twisted in disgust and disbelief, told her that Susan knew. Before Clara could respond, Susan dropped the plate, the porcelain shattering on the ground with a loud crash. Her eyes filled with tears as she backed away, shaking her head. You monster!" Susan choked out, her voice trembling. Clara's chest tightened, panic rising in her throat. She tried to speak, to offer some explanation, but the words wouldn't come. Susan turned and ran, disappearing into the crowd as whispers began to ripple through the gathering. The trophy in Clara's hand suddenly felt heavy cold. The thrill of victory evaporated, replaced by a sickening dread that settled deep in her bones. All around her, people were still smiling, still congratulating her, oblivious to the dark secret that had brought her this moment of triumph. But Clara knew, and now so did Susan. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the town square, Clara stood alone, clutching her prize, a hollow, bitter reminder of the price she had paid for her victory. Days passed, and Everwood was buzzing with the news of Clara's win. The whispers, however, had begun to spread. Clara could feel eyes on her wherever she went. There was something unnatural about how Susan had left the competition that day, and though no one said it aloud, Clara knew they sensed something was wrong. Susan hadn't spoken to her since the event. Not that Clara had dared to approach. The guilt was eating at her like a festering wound, and at night, she could hear Whisker's meows in her dreams, growing louder, more insistent, until they echoed through her very soul. Every time she closed her eyes, the cat's amber gaze burned into her, judging her from some dark corner of her mind. But what truly terrified Clara was the silence. The silence from Susan, the absence of any accusations, any confrontation. It was as if Susan had retreated into some cold, hidden place, waiting, watching. And Clara knew, deep down, that her darkest nightmare was only just beginning. The story ends with Clara trapped in a mental and emotional spiral, unsure if her secret will come to light or if Susan will retaliate in a way even more horrifying than she ever imagined.